following movie, we'll run a durability simulation for a support bracket for an electronic box. We'll begin by creating a response dynamics solution which will serve as the cyclic load for the durability simulation. To run the response dynamics simulation, we need to first run a modal solution and ensure that we request strain results, which will be required for the life results of the durability simulation. So now that we have our modal solution results, we'll create our response dynamics solution. Referencing that modal solution, we'll specify some damping. And we'll create a transient event. Next, we'll create an excitation. We have an enforced motion location that we've already defined on the model. And we'll specify the enforced motion function that we have as a table in both the x and y direction. We'll begin with the x direction, and the enforced motion will be a displacement versus time sine function. And here we'll input the data using Excel. I have an Excel spreadsheet that has the table data already in it, which we can copy and paste into this one. However, the x data is wrong. We don't want the function to go to 10 seconds. We want it to go to a tenth of a second. So let's go ahead and correct the x increment so that 101 points will give a tenth of a second for our end time. Alright, that looks good. Let's go ahead and save that. And then for our y function, we'll have a similar displacement versus time, but this will be a cosine phase angle of 90 degrees from the original, to simulate our engine imbalance that's exciting the electronic box. All right, and here's our cosine function. Alright, now that we have our excitation defined, we'll go ahead and take a look at some contour results for peak stresses on one of the brackets. So here I'll select just one of the brackets that's of interest here. And here we can see our peak stresses. All right, they look pretty low, which is good. Next, we'll create a static offset solution for our durability analysis. This will be a linear static solution that will consist of a 1G load. So we'll go ahead and add our connections between the bracket and the electronic box to the static offset solution. We'll add our constraints. There is a gravity load in there, however, that was used earlier as a 10G load. We'd like a 1G load instead, so we'll put in a new one. And we want that load to be in the Y or minus Y direction. All right, so let's go ahead and run our 1G load static solution. And I'll go ahead and pause the movie as I did last time. You can see it takes about 10 seconds to run. Now we'll create our durability solution. And here we'll use that transient response dynamics solution as our transient event. And we can also specify a static offset, which will be our 1G load. All right, so that looks good. Let's go ahead and specify some parameters for the durability analysis, such as we'd like margin of safety results. We'll use the yield stress criterion. We'll put in some fatigue options here that we'd like event damage. We have a number of different fatigue life criterion to select from. And we'd also like failure index results. We have a number of different methods for axis search. We'll go for biaxial. And for our solve options, we'd like to just solve for the bracket of interest. So we'll go ahead and select the bracket. And we have to make sure that our smart selector is not set to elements by group, but just no method. So we're just box selecting. All right, that looks good. So now we're ready to solve. And here I'll go ahead and pause the movie. And you can see our solution check looks good. And we can take a look at our results. So here for our durability results, you can see fatigue life. Our requirement is infinite life, and you can see we've got that. That looks good. We can also take a look at our fatigue failure index, and you can see that we're well below 1, which would be predicting failure. So our results look good. And that concludes the demonstration.